Maayong adlaw kanatong tanan. Before I begin, allow me to greet all of the St. Mary's School students and graduates, along with each of your respective proud parents, families, and loved ones, my sincere congratulations for this milestone accomplishment in your young lives. I also extend my deep appreciation to the faculty, staff, and administration of St. Mary's, especially to Miss Maggie Costello, for allowing me the honor and the opportunity to share some words with you today. As a quick aside, it boggles my mind that Maggie is now the academic director of St. Mary's, as I still remember her as a whip-smart little freshman during my senior year there. My name is Frederick Allen Doctossel, and I graduated from our beloved St. Mary's School back during what my kids now call to be the 1900s, as a member of the St. Mary's Extremes batch of 1996. As a matter of fact, I'm the oldest of 6 siblings, all of whom had attended St. Mary's in the 1990s. My time on top of the hill, as I'm sure all of you students and graduates can attest to, was a very memorable and transformative period in my life. I had an opportunity to not only serve in the student council, I was also the editor-in-chief of the Threshold Yearbook, was a layout editor for the Blue Gold Vision school paper, was a cadet company commander for our Citizens Army training, and was actively involved with the annual school plays such as The Miracle Worker, 10 Little Indians, Godspell, and I Remember Mama throughout my high school career. Furthermore, I also had the opportunity to represent St. Mary's in various interscholastic quiz bees and quiz bowls, not the least of which was making it to the national level of the Philippine Mathematical Olympiad during my junior year. Moreover, I received a Rotary Youth Leadership Award and was even selected to be one of only 2 young Filipinos to represent the Philippines during the Young Environmentalist Summit in Colorado, USA, at the start of my senior year of high school. When graduating, I was able to attend the University of the Philippines, Diliman with a full-ride scholarship from the Department of Science and Technology before migrating with my family to Los Angeles, California when I was 18 years old. In short, the 4 years I had spent at St. Mary's became a springboard that helped launch me forward into my life's trajectory in the years since. One of the side benefits to migrating to a brand new country when I was only 18 was that it allowed me to build up an identity independent from just being the son of Manoling and Luz. Although, truth be told, I still sometimes revert to that persona whenever we have events with the Cagayanons of Southern California, which I am now currently serving as the vice president. While I distinctly remember being unsure about the prospect of leaving the motherland and facing the unknown halfway around the world, it turned out to be the kind of move that opened a great many doors for me and for my entire family over the years. Horace Mann, a pioneer of American public schools in the 19th century, famously called education the great equalizer of the conditions of man. It is therefore extremely important in each of your respective journeys through life that you have this accomplishment under your belt. Do note, however, that your completion or your graduation ceremony today doesn't necessarily mean that you're all done learning. All it means is that you're now moving on to the next step in learning and growing. Being that St. Mary's school motto is Desiri, Crescere, and Servire, or to learn, to grow, and to serve, it is imperative the information that you learn and the growth that you've undergone does not just end only with you. Instead, they should be channeled in a more positive and less self-centered way through service. For me personally, this has been the driving force behind the 20 plus years of service and servant leadership that I've given to the Filipino-American community here in the South Bay, Los Angeles area, and beyond. I've been involved with a number of fantastic Filipino and Phil-Am organizations over the years and take great pride in the fact that I am both a caretaker and a steward of our culture, our heritage, and our community. Despite the fact that I've literally lived longer outside of the Philippines than the childhood years I spent in Cagayan City and in Diliman, Quezon City. I've been fortunate enough that the community organization and leadership that I've done has been appreciated and has led to various forms of awards and recognition over the years. In addition to having been a proud recipient of the Top Outstanding Filipino or the Top Award for Community Leadership, I've also been among the awardees of the 100 Outstanding PhilAms in the USA, along with having been honored as PhilAm of the Year by the Filipino Influential Leaders and Mentors, or PhilAm. I was selected to be a part of the 2019 cohort of the Filipino Young Leaders Program, or PhilPro, by the Philippine Embassy and the Philippine Consulate General of LA. I'm a member of the 2022 cohort for the Center for Asian Americans United for Self-Empowerment, or CAUSE Leadership Institute, and was also recently recognized by the Los Angeles Sheriff Department Community Advisory Council during the 2022 Asian American Pacific Islander, or AAPI Heritage Month this May. To be perfectly honest with you, the 16-year-old me at St. Mary's never would have imagined that I would have accomplished what I've done these past 20 some odd years. However, as the great Nelson Mandela said, there is no passion to be found playing small and settling for a life that is less than the one that you are capable of living. Fortunately for me, I didn't stay small in more ways than one, right? And I didn't settle for anything less than pursuing my dreams and striving towards a life of service. Now that you're at your commencement ceremony or your graduation ceremony, you might be wondering to yourself, what now? My response to that question is to challenge you to dare to dream, to follow your heart, and more importantly, to dare to be the best version of you that you can be. The world, as they say, is your oyster. And with the foundation that St. Mary's School has laid for you, you can most certainly achieve anything that you set your mind to and work for in life. Obviously, we're now living in a world that is in the midst, and it's still in the midst of a global pandemic. So we all have to adjust to a new normal. There were a lot of things that we've taken for granted in the past that, for now, continue to stay in the past. Therein, however, lies the advantage that you young folks have over those of us who are now seasoned veterans in our journey through life. Overall, the youth are inherently more flexible and can adapt much more easily to their changing environment. Use that to your advantage as you tackle whatever lies before you. With that said, don't forget to be kind to your fellows. Take the time to check in with your family and friends, especially those you know who might be facing through some particular challenges. As actor and comedian Jim Carrey said, the effect that you have on others is the most valuable currency that there is. No matter how much you might have done, at the end of the day, the people around us remember us for what we've done for them and how we made them feel. Lastly, always have faith that even in the midst of the darkest and the most challenging moments in our lives, God is always in control. Never, ever, ever be afraid to let go and to let God. My name again is Frederick Allen Doc Dossel. I commend you students for the hard work that you've done in the midst of the added challenges brought about by the COVID-19 pandemic these past couple of years. I celebrate your talents and experiences that sets you unique from amongst your peers and wish you Godspeed and God bless as you transition into the next step in your educational journey. Daghang salamat and ayo-ayo.